Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today it's gonna be a prom video. So just gonna be my advice since I already been through prom and I kind of learned a lot about it, and you don't have to be stressed at all. I wasn't stressed during my prom, like planning it and all of that, because it's super easy if you just have a checklist and make sure you know what you're gonna be doing and all of that. Now it's January already, so you've probably already been looking at styles of the dress, and that's kind of your first thing what you want to be looking at, the style of your dress. Now the style of the dress is basically going to be what is more comfortable with you. If you know you want to have a tight dress, then kind of look more into that style. If you know you want to have a flowy dress going on, to kind of look at that. So make sure you already have a style picked out, which is going to be the first thing that you need. Next, you're going to want to have the color. So whenever you have the style of the dress, look at what the available colors are, or if you want a specific color, then just kind of do it reversed. Like pick out the color that you truly want and then try to look at styles that you have in that color. Or if you want a specific style, and just kind of work with what colors they have if you're looking online or if you're going to stores. The next thing that both of these things are going to go together is if you're going to wear heels or not, and tailoring. So if you already found your dress and it's online, start ordering it now around January, well around February most likely, start ordering it, or even January, because it can take a month or so if you're ordering from online, and you want to make sure it's not a sketchy website and you're wasting all your money. Now, once you have your dress, you're going to move on to the heels part, what I was just talking about, and if you're going to be wearing heels or not. Now, it also depends on the look of your dress, because if you have like a slit dress where you can see your feet, most likely you're going to be wearing heels than someone who you can't see their feet at all. Please keep in mind that you are going to be dancing a lot if you do want to like just having fun at your prom. So just keep that in mind and make sure you just have pair of flats if you do choose to wear heels, like in your purse. Now, whenever I say the heels and tailoring goes together, because once you do go get your dress tailored, the person who's tailoring your dress is going to tell you to put on your heels and make sure that it's like perfectly hemmed to where you want it to be. So you kind of want to have those picked out. And just invest a little bit more into your shoes, because you are going to be wearing them for a long period of time and dancing in them. So if you have better quality shoes, then it is going to feel better on your feet at the very end of the night once you're going home or to the after party and your feet aren't totally dead. Now once it starts kind of dimming down, and oh, by the way, you also kind of want to have like your dress tailored by like March ish, or like the end of February, just to keep on track. If your prom is in April, if your prom is in like March, later March, it should be already done by like the first week of March. So you kind of want to make sure that you're going at a good pace enough. And for me, a good pace is at least having your complete dress at least 2 to 3 weeks before prom. Because if you gain weight or lose weight, you still have enough time to take it to your tailor to get anything fixed. Now let's get into the fun part. It's about jewelry. If your dress is very gaudy or anything, or it has like a lot of sparkles, you don't want damaged jewelry. Like my dress, I'll show you in a minute. It had sparkles everywhere, like it was all sequins. So I didn't really wear damaged jewelry because I already had a lot going on just with the dress by itself. So I'm just going to show you my dress right now, and then I'll be right back. Now, this is my dress, and this is the dress that I wore. As you can see, it has a lot of blue sequins everywhere, and it's just a navy blue sequin dress. And my dress was custom made exactly to my body. So the person that I was with was making this dress from scrap, and that might be cool and all, but it did cost a lot of money. It was like $860, but it was just because it was tailored completely to my body. Like probably no one else would be able to wear this unless they had like my exact type of body. So this was kind of it. It just had like a toe on the bottom, and I kind of can show you like why. I don't remember where I got, like I don't remember the name of the dress that I kind of got the look from, but I probably have pictures, I'm not sure. So this is kind of how my dress looked. It was very beautiful to me, and this is kind of like a feel of it, if you can see that. And I'll be putting pictures during the video at the very end so you can kind of see how my dress looked on me. And I thought it was just very beautiful because it does catch the light, as you can see. And to me, it was very gorgeous. So I was really happy with this dress and so glad my parents got it for me. So yeah. That being said, you kind of want to have all of that picked out, and you just saw my dress, so I really didn't need that much jewelry. So yeah, once you have already like the jewelry thing kind of handled and figured out, then you kind of want to move on to your hairstylist and your makeup artist. Now these two are like very important to completing the whole look during prom because it's your face, you know, and your hair. So it's going to bring a lot of attention to you and your dress and everything just being put together. So you kind of want to have, if you are going to get them professionally done, you kind of want to have these people booked already, probably in January or probably the first week of February. You want to have these very soon picked out because they are really, if they're really good makeup artists or really good hairstylists, they are going to get booked pretty fast. Like my makeup artist got already completely booked for prom, like the first or the second week of February. So it was really fast, and I was so glad I booked like in January just to be safe. Now, you're going to be doing your own hair and your makeup. You kind of want to start looking at YouTube videos and just getting a feel of what kind of hairstyle that you want. And you could even go to like a salon and ask like, oh, this is my dress. What kind of hairstyle would go good with this? Or like makeup look, and they'll probably give you some tips, and then you just start practicing on that. So if you want to cut crease, start practicing right now, or smoky eye or whatever, start practicing so whenever it comes to prom, you have the whole look perfected. And same goes with the hair. Now once you have everything done, by this point you're going to already have the color of the dress, the style, if you're getting it tailored or not, the heels, jewelry, makeup artist, and hairstylist. So that's already 7 things that you already have going on, and all of those things should be done probably by late February. Everything should be kind of already rolling, and you should already have a person for every single one of those things. Once it's getting more close to like, because I had my prom in April, so I'm kind of going more on the April feel of prom. So now you're getting into March, and you kind of already want to have if you're going to be riding a limo or not. And if you aren't going to be riding a limo, book that like mid-February. But you also want to make sure that the people you're going with the limo are going to pitch in, and you guys have the down payment ready and everything ready to go. So you want to make sure you already have a solid number of people that are going to be in the limo and no one's going to flake out. So it has to be very serious people. So you don't want to kind of mess around with someone who's going to be like, oh, I'll go to the limo, but they really don't. So if not, then you're just going to want to have a ride. And you're going to want to make sure you have a ride to prom, and you're just going to have to tell them the time and the date and make sure they know. So if your parents are going to be dropping you off, I'm pretty sure they're going to be helping you out, like your mom getting ready or your dad or whatever. So make sure whoever is taking you knows what time, and they had that whole day completely booked just for you. So now, whenever you're at prom, have fun. Make sure you're around a group of friends that you're going to have fun with, not stressing out or being angry at. If you're going to be mad at your boyfriend half of the time, then don't hang around your boyfriend a lot. I don't know what to tell you. But for me, I had so much fun with my friends, and I didn't want to really deal with like any mess or any of that. So if anyone's trying to get me in trouble, I would just be like, I'm not gonna have this tonight. Like, this is my night. I got this $800 dress on me. I want to make sure I use it to its full extent. So have fun. Make sure you have like people around you, and if you are gonna go with friends, Make sure you guys know if you're gonna eat before the dance or during the dance, because I know most proms have a buffet during the dance or like just a meal or whatever planned out. So make sure you know that. And also, there is a big fiasco about like people skipping. Make sure you're not with people who are gonna skip out on you whenever the check comes. So just have people that you're gonna be able to trust and all of that. Also, now that I'm talking about eating, make sure you get a good breakfast before you're getting like all your makeup done and all of that, because you're probably not going to be eating that much since you're probably going to have a makeup artist come at like 12 o'clock or something, and your hairstylist is just going to be rolling and rolling and rolling. And make sure you give enough time to your makeup artist to do your work and show up on time to your appointments if you have one. Don't forget to eat and hydrate, because that's going to be very important. If you do plan to go out after prom, make sure your parents know, and so they're not like really worrying about you as much as if you did have to come home. So I made sure I told my parents like a month before that I was gonna go to Galveston, since I live in Houston, that I was gonna go to Galveston after prom and just be there. So make sure that your parents know what plans you're doing, and if you plan to stay at a hotel, make sure you have that booked beforehand in a good amount of time, probably during March if your prom's in April. And make sure you just keep everything on a budget. Now, if you are going to be drinking, be safe about it. Don't be driving if you are going to be drinking, and make sure the person who's driving has not drank anything if you're going to go a long distance. Now I know after parties are very like where all the crazy things happen. Now make sure you're safe, because you are a minor if you're going to prom, obviously, and if cops do show up and for whatever reason you are really drunk, just be sure you know the consequences if you do get caught. Now, I'm not really going to give you any tips on that because I've never been in any of that situation before. But I've been to parties where some cops has happened, like cops have came, but most of the time they let you off, but sometimes they have nothing else to do and they wouldn't mind putting you into the system. So make sure you're safe if you are going to drink or anything, because prom is like a very where people try out new things. So be safe with that. Now, whenever it comes to the day, you want to have like a time schedule, like literally what you're going to be doing every single hour. So if you know that your makeup lady is going to be coming from 12 to 1, make sure you have that in the book, and make sure you leave like at least a good 30 minutes in between that for your hairstylist to come, so she's not there whenever the makeup lady is there. So you can either have your makeup done first and then your hair, or your hair and then your makeup. It all depends on you. And then lastly would be putting on your dress. And that's going to be a trouble in itself whenever you have all your hair done. So it'll be trouble. Don't worry. I was freaking out whenever my mom was putting on my dress, because like my hair, I had hairpins. I can show you pictures of how I had my hair. And it was just like, oh my God. Like I thought the whole thing was going to just come collapsing down, and it was just crazy. So make sure to stay calm, and make sure you bring flats since you're going to be dancing a lot at prom. And just don't forget to have fun and be safe. Yeah, I think that's it for today's video, and I'll kind of have like a list of what I said in the description box below. And I'll have like my makeup artist that I use if you're in Houston too, and my hairstylist also, and just pictures and all of that. Bye.